camera here because I'm going to be transporting you guys to the kitchen. Okay, I just need to make sure that my computer decided to update right now, and I kind of want to be able to see myself. So I'll have to turn the chat on in here, live chat. There we go. I hope that you see me horizontally. Tell me if you see me vertically, because I don't want that. Yeah, so I got HelloFresh this week, non-sponsored. I don't have sponsors. Oh, hi, Lord Gonzo. Good day. Yeah, it's not a hat, it's a headband. I just washed my hair, and this is kind of fuzzy and warm. It's minus 11 degrees Celsius right now, so outside. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I just found out that minus 40 Fahrenheit is minus 40 Celsius, but the coldest it's been, it was minus 18, and the equivalent of that is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, good evening, good evening. Okay, let me push you right back. Let's see, we're going to the kitchen. Okay, I'll turn the camera around. There, okay. Here we've got my kitchen, and let's put you there. I'll have to put, once my computer gets on, I'll be able to see all of your comments on there. So in the meantime, just say hello to each other, because I'm going to be a little bit busy here. I'm going to be making, so I made a Asian noodle this morning with the first HelloFresh. This one is aubergine tikka masala, which is a vegetarian meal. So I think I was a little bit worried about the ingredients going bad inside this bag. So I'm going to take out all of the ingredients and we'll look at them. So let's see. Here's an aubergine. We've got, I don't know if this is a cucumber. I think it's a cucumber. We've got a cucumber. We've got coconut milk. We've got persil. What's it called in English? Persilia. Okay, bouillon. What's this? Some weird brown sauce, tikka masala sauce. Okay. I'm glad I don't need to make the tikka masala myself, because that would suck. A lime. Basmati rice. A little organic tomato paste. I don't know if you guys can see. An onion. Oh, this is going to be fun. I don't know how to cut onions, so we'll see about that. Okay. Ginger ninja sauce. I don't know what that is, but okay. And mild mahal, which is also some kind of spice. And one measly garlic piece. I love how they do individual portions, but it's like, it always makes me sad to see the one garlic piece. Like, couldn't you just buy a whole garlic? I don't know. Anyway, so there is the ingredients. I'm going to have to turn the light on a little bit, I think, here, so that I can see more light, just more light. Yeah, all the light. Great. I hope that you guys can see. My computer just stopped updating, so we're going to try to make it work now. I can. Okay, well, apparently not. Apparently my computer did not like that. Okay, guys, I don't know what's going on, but the computer is not really doing things the right way. I hope I'm not missing a lot of chats. I know that you guys are pretty quiet in the chat mostly, so okay, well, my computer needed to restart. That was the whole thing, apparently. Okay, so the first thing is make sure that you have these extra things, which is that you want to cook rice, we want to roast the aubergine, and we want to cut up all these like extra vegetables. So they tell you to first start by putting the oven at 220 degrees. Okay, the oven. I never know which settings to put these things on. There are too many settings on my oven and I don't understand it. Okay, so I put the oven on. Then it tells you to fill this with water and then put in rice, but also put the ginger ninja and salt in there. Okay, right, so I'm going to be putting some water on, so sorry guys. All right, I put the water on. I'll put this on. Sorry, my kitchen isn't very clean because I'm tired of cleaning. I've been cleaning all day. And if I were an ISFJ, I would have cleaned everything 10 times already and not gotten tired about it, but I'm not an ISFJ. So this is what we'll have to deal with. Okay. So I cook it up and then I'll put in the rice and then I'll put in the salt. Well, maybe I can just put the salt in already. There are probably people out there who are like, no, don't do this. It's a bad idea. Well, I don't care. I don't know what I'm doing. This is going to be a mess anyway. But otherwise I'll forget the salt. So I may as well put it now. Lots of salt. Salt, salt, salt. Okay. There we go. Okay, while that's boiling, I'll check the computer. Okay. How are you guys doing? I hope that you're doing okay. Wow, there are 9 people watching. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'll probably end up burning myself by saying hello to you guys, so I won't. And yes, my pan was a little bit slightly wet before I put it on the stove, so it makes all these puttering noises, which, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, while this is going on, I will read what's going on. They tell you that's like you're supposed to do 10 things at the same time, and it's like I can't do these things. So I'm going to just take away the plastic from this. It's kind of wasteful, a lot of this HelloFresh stuff. Like, why did this... And they don't even give you like fresh materials. Like the tomatoes I saw the tomatoes were like still orange. They weren't even red. So that did make me very happy to find that out. But okay, here we've got a cooking board. We'll separate the rice with the ginger ninja, with the stuff that goes with aubergine. Okay. Okay. I have a small kitchen, and so a lot of the stuff doesn't have space. But okay. Okay, there's the aubergine. I don't know how to cut an aubergine because, like, this isn't something that I usually eat, but I guess that you just make it in slices and then you cut it up into squares. They tell you to put it in 2 centimeter big pieces. Maybe if I just cut it like through the middle like that, and then cut it like this, will be easier. Oh, they tell you 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters is more like this, I guess. 2 centimeters. Okay, now I think, oh, first thing on the floor. Yay. I've already gotten something on the floor. That is terrible. Okay. Let's turn this slightly lower in temperature now and put the rice in. I'm not used to having rice in a little package like this, but okay, here we go. Rice, tons of rice. They don't, I mean, they tell you like 3 deciliters, but I don't know what the deciliter is, so I'll just wing it, I guess. Now, I'm supposed to put the ginger ninja in there, whatever that is. It seems to be mostly salt, but okay. Why did I make a little corner like this when this is the actual corner you're supposed to open? Oh yeah, it smells like ginger. Oof, okay. Wow, that's a lot of ginger that they want you to put into this. I'm kind of surprised because they only give me like 1 measly little garlic and then they put all this ginger. Okay. There we go. They want me to turn this in and put a lock. Oop. There, you got the sound of my... Okay. Okay. And then we put this on. And now, how long should I have this on? 10 minutes. Okay. We put the timer on. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, right. They say don't peek at the rice. The rice is supposed to be under the cover, so that's it. Okay. During that time, I'll check the computer. Okay, wait. Okay. Well, I see that Lord Gonzo has been really active in the chat, so hello, Lord Gonzo. And there was somebody else in the chat. Minus 22 degrees is pretty terrible. I mean, like, I don't think I've ever survived minus 22 degrees. I know that actually you guys in the US have it a lot more extreme than here in Sweden. So kudos to you guys who are actually strong and can manage this kind of terrible weather. I mean, we've got the ocean around, so it's kind of mitigated by the ocean. Okay. I'm just weighing the size of these aubergine pieces. I don't know like what shape I'm supposed to put them in, but kind of squarish, I guess. I'm used to making really thin aubergine slices, but I guess that they want you to, I don't know what they want. The aubergine experts at HelloFresh. I don't know exactly. Right. I'm making a mess out of my aubergines. But yes, I love salt, so thanks for that tip, Mr. Gonzo. Okay. It's not a disaster yet, but I think it will be once like the sauces and stuff starts coming into play. I'm glad that HelloFresh just does all this stuff for you, because I can't deal. Okay. Let's just have uneven pieces of different sizes all over. But it's like I don't want huge chunks of aubergine because they're not really my favorite vegetable, I would say. When I was little, I really liked moussaka, which has aubergine. Eggplant is the word for you Americans out there. When I first heard about the eggplant, I literally thought that it was an egg, that eggs growed on plants. I mean, I was a city girl, so I didn't understand things, you could say. Okay. There we go, the aubergine, the aubergine. I need to keep an eye out on the rice, though. What should we say? Is there 5 minutes left on the rice? Maybe there are 5 minutes left on the rice. Okay. This is way too much aubergine for one person. Okay. All right. Way too much aubergine. So I don't know, how are you guys doing? Are you doing okay in this winter weather? I know that a lot of you guys in the US are having terrible snowstorms. And it's crazy the weather that you guys have. I mean, I complain because I'm in Sweden, but actually the weather isn't that bad here compared to some places in the US. Well, okay. We should have like a count of like every time something falls on the floor. You know? Maybe I'll I don't have anything alcoholic to drink, so I can't drink every time I make something fall on the floor. Also, it would be a liability if I started drinking while I was cooking, because basically the kitchen would be on fire suddenly, and then I wouldn't know what to do. So yeah, not to be recommended. But let's see, what else can I do? Let me see if you guys have any suggestions, because now I think I've done all of the cutting of the aubergine that I can do. Let's see. I Hello, hello. Okay, I just checked the comments. Pretty funny. Dan Young is making chili, which I'm glad, because it's probably going to be more spicy than whatever I'm doing here. I mean, this is made for Swedish taste. And yes, this is uneven, but it's fine. Like, who cares? I'm the one who's going to be eating it anyway. There's nobody else to eat it. But there we go. Let's see if we can scrape off a little bit more of this aubergine. I don't really love aubergine, but it is good when it is in the oven. So I hope for the best. Okay, now I've done all the cutting of the aubergine. Let's throw this piece out in the recycling. Okay. I don't know why I had to shove that. I'm thinking of Schumann, who I think is maybe going to be joining. We don't know. But yeah, Schumann is German, and in Germany they do a lot of recycling. Sweden does a lot of recycling too, but it's not the same. Let me check on the rice now. Ooh, ooh, okay. I'm not too sure I think I put too much water in. But it seems like that ginger stuff has stuck to the bottom. Okay, well, I'm glad I checked on the rice, but it's not ready at all. So, yeah, no, the rice is hard. So, okay, bye-bye, rice. Bye-bye. All right, okay. Now, the next step was to do the stuff with the aubergine. Okay. Now the oven has been preparing this whole time. Oh gosh. Okay. I hate loud noises. Okay. So apparently, oh, that was dumb. I should have realized that okay. I shouldn't have closed that. Okay. Okay, so this is the thing I'm supposed to put in the oven afterwards. Let me put a piece of paper on it. There we go. A piece of paper. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm freezing, so I can't put an apron on either. But okay. Let's try to spread these aubergine pieces into an okay paste. So this thing that we're doing right now, where I'm doing something and you guys are doing something as well. Well, I hope that you guys are doing something as well, because you're not just like sitting there staring at me, trying to figure things out. That's called body doubling in the ADHD communities, and basically it means that you have more motivation to do things when you are doing it with someone else, and the other person doesn't need to do anything special. As long as like the person is in the room or with you, then you feel more motivated to do things as opposed to when you're alone. So that's the concept that I'm using today to like, oh gosh, this piece is way too big. I'll just cut it in half. You didn't see anything, guys. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, there we go. I think that's reasonably spread out. Now, what do they want me to put on top of that? Okay, so put it with a generous salt and pepper and olive oil. Okay, well, I guess I'll put the olive oil on first. Oh, I love the smell of olive oil. Okay, olive oil, a generous olive oil. Generous, 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 generous. Okay, more generous. Okay, there we go. And let's see. Okay, salt and pepper. Salt, 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 salt. Okay, and pepper, 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 pepper. Okay, and there we go. I think that was enough salt and pepper and stuff. Okay, let's check the rice again. Oof, oof. This is not good. Okay, I think that what I'll do is that I'll put the aubergine or eggplants or whatever into the oven, and then I'll take off the rice. They're like telling you to do 3 things at the same time. I don't know how you're supposed to manage. But okay, let's put this in the oven, and this will make a lot of noise, so sorry for your ears. Okay, there we go. Okay, now time to put another timer, which I'll go and do on the computer, I guess. Coming back. I'm sending you a lot of hearts in the meantime. Okay. Timer. 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, so I'm putting my computer in the corner so that I can keep a check on you guys. Okay. Yes, Dan Young is like, if you were drinking every time something dropped, both will become more frequent, basically. And Kit is also there. Hello, Kit. Yeah, no, exactly. When you're in the Solasium is there and has been more active on my channel lately. After 10 minutes, my face felt like frozen. Had to use my hands to warm it up, and that's kind of how it is. When I was out at minus 18 degrees, I was like, I could barely move my face. A clove a day is really healthy. Oh, garlic clove. Yeah, I know, but it's like this one garlic clove is supposed to count for 2 meals. So, I don't know. Cooking ASMR with Eine Eyes. Feeling hungry now. Yeah, that's the whole point of this. Salt is a must, yes. Hello, not quite ripe. Thin slices, okay. Let's keep going down in the chat. Oh, Danyang is as in the cold as well. Jared Aiken is, how about every time you drop something, you have to add more hot spice to your meal? Yeah, I probably should. Okay, now the 10 minutes have gone. Okay, I'll put more hot spice if I miss something now. Because I do have some, I don't know if I have chili, but I have something else. Okay, I think that the rice is done now. And then they just say, wait in 10 minutes with this there. And I have a timer on my computer for 20 minutes for the aubergine. So now, so I guess that when it's gone, okay, when there are 6 minutes left on the tally, then I'll check with, like, what to do with rice. Okay. Now we're going to deal with the other parts, the other vegetables and things, which I don't want to fall on the floor. Okay. Let's see. Okay, now we're dealing with the onion, and this is like the worst thing ever. So I'm going to take off this and freeze. Okay. Okay, so I took off the little blanket I had on, because this is not good. I am apprehensive about cutting onions because I never really learned how to do it. They're like, oh, cut it in thin slices, but I don't know how you're supposed to do that. So I guess that you're, well, what I usually do is that I cut off the little end here, and that helps with the peeling. But I'm sure that there are 10,000 ways to cut an onion. You know, it's not like an exact science, but it does get me anxious every time. So I am anxious right now, just so you know. Also, I think that this onion was pretty bad. Like, hello fresh. It's not fresh. Not fresh at all. Like, this onion, I'm sorry, I'll have to actually cut that piece off because that bothers me. I can't deal with having a... Also, like, this whole other side of the onion doesn't actually have something to peel. It's just brown because the whole outside is brown. Let me peel that off because I don't want to eat that. Ugh. Okay, this onion already looks terrible, but that's because I could not deal with having half of the onion look brown. That's not normal. Okay, I guess that this part is also supposed to be. Okay, now I have an onion that is all lumpy. Eat the clove of garlic now and you can skip the next meal. Okay, I've missed something apparently. Okay. Dave Fangler says it was -10 in Connecticut, northeast US. And it's only -6 now. The coldest I've ever walked is -22 in high school a few decades ago. Yes. Lord Gonzo says, in the States, 70% of our recycling goes to the landfill, disappointingly. China used to take our recyclables, but have since stopped. Yeah, I don't know how much of our recycling is actually recycled. Silesium is playing a computer game while listening and watching. Dave Engler is working on repairing a customer's vintage acoustic guitar. I can't sit and do nothing. Same. Other half of the brain plays the game. The other listens to the kitchen sounds. Eat a clove of garlic, yes. Hey, yeah, now this is different, says Carm. Hello, Carm. Now we'll know what you look like when you cry. Oh, I've cried 10,000 times on this channel. You don't need to see me now. Okay. Now, how do we do this? I don't know. I've cut an onion like 5 times in my life, pretty much. And it's because my mom is really into just making garlic and not, she hates onions. And my dad, well, never makes onions, so he never cooks. So how am I supposed to do this, you know? It's only at other people's houses and I always mess up. Okay. So I'm just going to wing it. I'm guessing that cutting it in halves and just more and more halves is just the way to go. Oh, it's still green inside. Oh, cool. Okay. I think that since onions are already kind of okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll just cut it like this and hope for the best. I actually don't cry that much when I do the onions. Sometimes I do a little bit, like I'm feeling like it's stinging a little bit right now. My eyes are more sensitive to the cold than to onions somehow. So when I'm outside in the cold, I'm like crying all the time. Okay, I don't know why they mean, like, what they mean by slivers. Is this a sliver or are these slivers? I don't want like huge pieces, but okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, well, I tried. I tried. La 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 la. You got my French side coming out sometimes. I'm like, la la la. There is no other word for this. Just a la la. Okay. I am glad that HelloFresh like makes me do these things, because otherwise I wouldn't do things. Like I wouldn't have cut an onion if HelloFresh hadn't told me to. I'm just controlled by the HelloFresh machine, I guess. Okay, so this was the onion, and I'm not crying, so I don't know if that means that everything is going right or if that means that everything is wrong. Okay, now, what do they want me to do with the lime? I don't know. I think that I'm supposed to slice it in this direction. Yes. Yes, in this direction. Okay. Just cutting it like this into 4 pieces. I don't know if... Oh, it really smells like lime, guys. Lime isn't something that I usually eat, but interesting. Okay, now I have 4 lime pieces. I don't know if they want more pieces or if that is enough. Anyway. Oh, my hands really smell like lime. I'm glad I did that after the onions, because I don't like the smell of the onion. Okay. What's going on? Best divided piece. Okay. Slivers, something like matchsticks. Yeah, but no, because what I'm doing is I'm actually translating from Swedish, so I don't know what klyftor is actually in English. Klyftor is like the same shape as those... I don't know. I don't know what klyftor is in English. It's better to try and fail than fail to try. Oh. Oh wait, there is no try. Do or do not. Yeah, isn't that a Yoda quote? Yes, do or do not. There is no try. We must do this. Okay, let me check the aubergine. Okay, there are 8 minutes left. Ooh, the rice. Okay, the rice got a little bit too mushy. I hope that by taking out the moisture, maybe these things will get better. I put too much water, I think. Ugh. Okay, well, that sucks. But let's go to the next step. Maybe if I just pour a little bit of the water out of this. Okay. Slightly less watery, I guess. Okay. Then they tell me to do the garlic and put it in very, very small pieces. So it's an extremely tiny garlic piece. I mean, this is ridiculous. As I said, my mom really loved garlic, so she would put like big pieces in our food. So for me, I'm like, you know, when people complain about having too big pieces of garlic in their food, I laugh. Because you didn't grow up with my mom. She just really loved big pieces. Okay. Ugh. It's such a tiny, tiny piece. Like, how ridiculous is this? Okay. Let's cut it in very small pieces. Maybe I should use my other little knife. Where's my knife? A thin wedge. Yes, a wedge. Exactly, a wedge. I was thinking of like those things that they would serve you at McDonald's if you didn't like fries. You know, they have like potato wedges. That's kind of what they were alluding to, I guess. I like how my my allusions make no sense. My metaphors are like, basically when I grew up, I was living at McDonald's and big pieces of garlic. That was my life. Well, basically my dad would drive me to school and I would walk back home with my mom from school because my school was kind of far away because of it had an English section and I was in France. And so it was maybe 2-3 kilometers to get to school, which maybe isn't like that much, but it is a lot when you're like a primary school kid. So my mom would stop on the way at McDonald's. That was like around halfway. Okay, now, where are we? This onion piece is really hard. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, now I've got the garlic, I've got that. Now we're going to just cut these leaves. Oh, I hope I haven't been missing everybody because I was on top chat. Oh, no. Okay. I've been having it really, really slow at psychiatry, so I've had to figure out other ways to fill my time, so I finally decided, okay, I'm going to do the HelloFresh. And I've been reading quite a lot, but not as much as I would have liked, because I had a migraine a few days ago, and my mental health gets really bad when I get a migraine, or like when I'm on my period, or anything is physically wrong with me, like anything physically wrong, or like me being sick or something, makes my mental health go haywire. I'm absolutely like the worst patient ever. Okay, I'm not at all patient as a patient. Okay, I guess that they want me to like just crunch this up. Let's crunch it up. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Okay, I wonder what happened to the... Oh, okay, 2 minutes left for the aubergines. I have to keep track of things because I don't know. I've been looking a lot about ADHD videos because I'm not... I was feeling really weird and like apathetic and stuff, and I was like, oh, I really need feelings to come back. You know, where are my feelings? Where do they go? And that's kind of a terrible state to be in as an INFP. So I decreased my dosage of antidepressants, which I don't recommend. Do not do as I do. Do as I say, don't do as I do, because I do happen to be a doctor, but I shouldn't be treating myself, you know. But it's because I like have a contact with a doctor, so I know I know that if something goes wrong, I can just contact her. So I'm glad for that. Oof, this stuff is really sticky. I don't know what this is in English. Persilia. Maybe if somebody has Google Translate up, it's persil in French, but I can't figure out what it is in English. Is it coriander? No. No, coriander is something else. Okay. I really like this. I could just eat this as a salad, but okay. No, I can't. Okay, and then we do, like there's no space on this. Okay. Sorry, onions. Sorry, onions. Are you going to make me cry now that I'm pushing you away? Okay. Let's see, what's going on? Prolonged pain is always hard on mental health. Yes. It's like every time I have like PMS, so every time I'm going to be on my period, my hormones go haywire. And then I'm like, what's going on, you know? And then a few days later, like I've been, you know, thinking about really, really dark thoughts. And then a few days later, my period comes and I'm like, oh, okay, you know. It's kind of awful because basically it means me being kind of suicidal one day a month for all my life, pretty much. But it's probably not every month. It's maybe once every 2 months or something. But so it happened to me because I was having a migraine, and I was like, it was before the headache actually came. So I was like, well, what's going on, you know? Why am I feeling so bad? I was like so happy, but I was feeling so bad. And then I found out, oh, it's because of the pain and the hormones. And I don't really know why I have to deal with this so much, but I guess that being an intuitive kind of makes the world harder. When you actually get sick, things are worse, I guess. Okay. Okay, the 20-minute timer says 0 seconds now, so let's check out on our aubergines. Oh, very nice. What do they want us to do with aubergines? Take them out, I guess. Okay. Let's take them out. I think that I need to wait a little bit more because those aubergines don't look really done, to be honest. Okay, let me check this. So yes, I was feeling like suicidal on Thursday, pretty much. And then like I woke up, I fell asleep and I slept for 10 hours. Like I had to be in the dark all afternoon and evening and in the quiet. And then I woke up on Friday and I was like, oh, life is good, you know? Yeah, when you get too hungry, my mental health drops drastically. Yes. Check the rice too if you reduce the water. Well, they told me to turn off the heat, so I've turned off the heat, so there isn't much to check at this point. Pestle. Pestle? Fruit leather. It's made from mechanically pulverizing fruit. Our INFP daughter was suicidal for much of her teens. Twice hospitalized. She's got some good drugs and is doing much better. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Dave. Tree Tune says yo-yo. Okay. Soasim says The Journey. Oh, any Goodreads? Oh, I have. I'll talk about my books. Sorry to hear that, Dave. Glad she's doing better. Being INFP is the hard mode of life. Yes. I send a heart to that. It's a tough topic. But it does get better once you're out of your teens. Somehow, you know, your brain is more developed once you leave your teens. And when I was 14, 15, that's when I developed depression. And there I was like actively not doing well, you know. And what happened to me was a pretty big thing, actually, was that I've never done anything, but I got really sick and ended up in hospital. And because I was operated when I was 18 on my jaw because I had an overbite. And then I started, I got complications, and that's when I became anemic, and my brain wasn't really cooperating with me, and I was feeling, bad, like I wanted to die. And then I got this huge realization that no matter how much I wanted to die, my body was keeping me alive, and was like all my cells were fighting for me. That's kind of what got me into medicine, was like, wow, the body is really strong and perseverant. Like it really tries to keep you alive, whatever happens. Even if your brain is like telling you like there's nothing to worth living for, your body doesn't care. Your body will just keep working for you. And it's hard to kill yourself. It's not easy, because the body is so able to recuperate from different situations. So I was so amazed by that fact that I decided to become a doctor. And since then, I stopped being suicidal, pretty much. Or I wasn't thinking about it. I always try to choose another pathway in the brain rather than that. Because there are other pathways. It's hard though when you're a teen and you grow up with suicidal ideation, because that means that your brain has developed a pathway, and it's hard to erase a pathway totally from your mind. But it's possible to try to cover it, or to try to face the other way, to face another trail than that one, you know. Finding a way to delay yourself into thinking that. And I found some coping strategies, but it isn't easy. It isn't. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But so it doesn't happen to me very often nowadays, and when I do, I can, I don't think of any plans or anything. I'm just thinking like, I hate having this migraine. Can't I just, like, disappear from this earth for a moment? And then I'm like, no, I actually like living, so I will be here for a while. Sorry about thinking about such topics. Okay, now where are we? Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff is going on. Being an INTP, I can't relate to all the emotional stuff, but my daughter and I are very similar otherwise. Yes. Middle school, high school is the bane of INFP existence. Yes. I'll read the rest later. Let me just put this. And let's look at the aubergines again. Okay, well, I don't have the patience to check on the aubergines again, so let's take them out. Okay, here are the aubergines. Pretty nice, I guess. Okay. What's the next step? Okay. Okay, now it's part of making the sauce. Okay. Put olive oil in a big pan. Put the onions in the pan. And then put the stuff in. Okay. Let me get my pan. Oop. I mean, this recipe is supposed to be 25 minutes. Like, this isn't at all 25 minutes. I've already been going on for an hour. I know I'm talking to you guys, but it's like I'm doing this at the same time, so I don't really understand their time things. Okay, now we've got that. We'll put that on, and we put the olive oil in. Let's be generous with olive oil again. Yeah, olive oil. Woo! This is going to cost me a lot of money. Okay. There we've got the olive oil. And then, okay, they went to put it in mid temperature, not high temperature. Okay, that temperature. Oh no, why did I do this? I mixed these things together a little bit too close. I don't want to have the... Okay, they want me to put this in first and then the... Why did they like show everything like as if everything had space in the same, on the same cutting board? It really doesn't. Don't do this. Like, separate them and put them into bowls instead of doing like I did. Okay. Blech. Okay. That's a piece on the floor. Does that mean I'm supposed to put something, some more spice? Okay, I'll put more, what do I have in here? Ugh. I'm really a white person. I only have pepper. Okay, here. Lots of more pepper. I do have chili somewhere. I don't know where I put it. I have curry. I guess I'll put some curry into the rice. More curry into rice. Okay. There. That was good. Okay. I think that more stuff is going to fall on the floor once I lift this up, but I guess I'll just scoop the onions out because I don't want to lift this whole cutting board that has like all the cucumbers on it. Ugh. Oh no. These things really give me anxiety, so I'm glad that I'm with you guys. This was, not to brag, but this was a good idea on my part to do this and film myself doing it. because it kind of gives me some self-confidence. Okay. Okay, nothing else. Just that. And do that in 2-3 minutes until it is mushy. Or not mushy, but soft. Until soft. Okay. Let's just spread this around. Okay. Now I can get back to comments. Where were we? In a nutshell, both INFP and INTP need to teach their emotions and mind to work together better. INFPs are just more emotionally attached by default, and INTPs work more with their minds in the start. I saw a video, even a video seeing blood white cells fighting against bacteria outside of the body. Yes. I love, cells are just so strong, you know, they just keep doing their thing. And yes, schools can be brutal to INFP. INFPs work hard to ignore their emotions. Lord Gonzo says deep. This is why we're on this channel. I mean, we're talking deep things, and then I'm like cooking vegetables. Okay. High school sucked for me. I was horribly picked on for being very quiet and different. Yes. Big fan of life. Let's keep it that way. Lol. Good thing for meds and therapy. Yes. Pathways are hard to unlearn. I forgot about the ears. The ears? Oh, you mean the ears on my hat? Okay. Rewiring the pathways takes time, focus, and effort. Yeah. Yes, being very different from other people in school is really hard. True. Okay, I'll just sit like this. Inspiring topics to be sure. Diane Young puts a little there because that's what I'm supposed to be, apparently. I'm sure you will. Glad to have you on this earth and in this chat. Oh, you guys are so sweet to each other. Yeah, more spicy stuff. Gordon Ramsay would be proud. I'm not sure of that. But okay. Okay, now this is sounding good. Where did I put my... Oh, there. Oh no, the things are going too fast for me. Okay, then let's go quicker now. Okay, now we put the mulled mahal, which I've kept here, and we put the garlic. Sometimes I pretend to say things in like the posh manner that some people in Stockholm say it. I'm like, alright. Vitlök just means white onion, literally. So it's not a fancy word at all. Okay, there we put the garlic, and now we put this mulled mahal, which I don't know if it will be mulled, but this stuff does not look mild. But I guess it's made for Swedish taste, so... Oh, it smells like spicy. Oh god. Oh. Okay, I'm almost about to sneeze because it was so spicy. Okay. Oh. Okay. I hope that like this doesn't burn to the bottom of the pan. That's what's concerning me. Okay, then what do you want me to do? Oh no. Okay, they wanted me to put the half of Ginger Ninja into the rice and half into this. Oh well. I guess that we have no more Ginger Ninja to put in there. Ah, okay. Okay, this is something, and what is this? Or this is the tikka masala sauce. Okay. Well, I put this in there. Oh, this is difficult. I'm tired. Okay. I hope that they mean that I'm supposed to put the whole thing. Okay. I don't care anymore. Come on. Let's put all this in there. This is supposed to be a vegetable stock, kind of. I don't know. It's very dry. Don't they want me to put some kind of something else in here? I don't know. I don't want stuff to get burnt. Okay. I don't want this to get burnt. I'm really worried now. Okay. I'll check this again. Dave used to love spicy food. Oh, Dave is normally wouldn't participate, but I'm at the computer editing pictures for a post in a forum. Oh, cool. I would have cut myself by now and have Band-Aid wrappers all over the place. Yeah, I'm glad that nothing has happened to me yet. You should consider replacing the Teflon coated pad with a stainless steel one. Yes, probably. It's not good because I'll be eating a lot of Teflon, but I haven't been like investing in my kitchen or my food at all, pretty much. Because I never cook. So this is pretty weird for me. Happens to me too. I try to give peace and care to my stomach now and just keep the spices very mild. Yeah, is there anybody who got ulcers or something? Okay. I saw a quote today that made me really happy, saying basically, being reasonable for the sake of being reasonable is choosing death for the sake of stability. Is that true, or is that too harsh? I don't really understand that quote. Oh, like being dead inside in order to be safe and stable? Okay, I'll ponder that while I put the tomato puree in there and the tikka masala and water, apparently, and the coconut milk. Okay. Yeah, my Teflon is probably not the best. I mean, no! Well, there goes the tomato puree. What am I going to do now? I don't have a can opener. Okay, I don't have a can opener, and the tomato puree I can't use. So, oh shoot, I don't have any tomato puree, but I have some tomato sauce. It's an Italian sauce. Yeah. Okay, we'll do this. Oh, la, 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 la. Okay. I mean, this is probably too watery, like you put to the puree, but okay. It's something. It's the best I can do. I can't do better than my best. And like, how did I know that this was going to like stop working on me? Okay. And also like, does Indian cuisine really have tomato sauce in it? I'm not sure about that. Okay. How just to make of this? Okay, I have a packet. I probably put too much. But I guess it's because I don't have any tomato sauce. So, okay. Oh, God. They really don't explain the things. Like, I wish I didn't need to look at the instructions like later on in order to understand how to do with it earlier on. But okay, salt, sugar. Okay, sugar, pepper, and lime. Okay, so let's put the lime in because this is the close stuff. It's close to me. Okay, lime. Tastes good, the lime. Okay, pepper. Pepper, 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 pepper. Pepper. And where are we? Salt. Salt. Okay. Salt, pepper, sugar. Okay, now I actually bought sugar for this because I didn't have sugar in my house. I didn't know that I would need a can opener, guys. Okay. Do I actually have a spoon for this? It's only a very little sugar that I'm supposed to put in there. A quarter of a teaspoon. I mean, literally, I can just take a pinch and that would be the same thing. Do I even have a teaspoon? I don't know. Okay, I don't have a teaspoon. All I have is like a butter knife that can act like a spoon, I guess. Here, a little bit of sugar. Is that even half a teaspoon? I don't know. Here. There. There we go. Okay, so I have the sugar. I have everything except for the tomato puree. So this isn't going to be as red as in the picture. But we can only make do with what we have, you know? Okay. Yeah, there was that. Okay. While that is doing its thing, it needs to get a little bit thicker. Now let's look at what's going on here. Yeah, I hate it when the pull-up tabs break. It's terrible. I would have said goodbye fresh a while ago. Yes. Do you plan to show this to Philippe Etchebest? Philippe Etchebest is like, he's not as nice as Gordon Ramsay. In some weird way, he's just even more awful. I'm not a fan of doing something just for the sake of itself. I would say that sounds like a good quote. Yeah. Goodbye, fresh. Okay. Yeah, choosing stability over or safety over your own authenticity and staying true to yourself, or at least how I see it. The Teflon just makes it taste better. Yes, I do love the taste of Teflon. Okay. I was watching an Australian autistic guy's live chat last night. He was wearing a Dead Inside t-shirt. Sometimes I can relate. Is it Orion Kelly? Dave Fengler? Either it's him or it's Autism from the Inside. But I think it's Orion Kelly. I didn't watch his live, but I know that he does a lot of lives. How much should I make of this? After poured off almost all of it. Yeah, I don't know. Since I discovered MBTI 2 years ago, I have done lots of research and I've come to accept my oddness. If others can't, oh well, yes. Way to improvise. Can opener is a non-negotiable. I used to have a can opener and then I moved and then I forgot my can opener and now I don't have one. I know. But it's like, usually these tabs fail me, and now the tab failed me. So, I guess I'll have to do that some other day. That is good to hear, Dave. I'm trying to accept I'm a weird INFP. Others have a hard time to understand as well. Being weird and seem like half crazy person can be fun at times, yeah. But Philippe is more fun for me. Well, I think that I left France before Philippe like actually took the French version of Kitchen Nightmares. So I don't know when he started that, but I did get kind of, you know, he's not my Kitchen Nightmares person because I didn't grow up seeing him. But I'm glad that you like the French version. Well, I mean, this sauce looks kind of orange, so it's not like I completely messed up. Okay. Maybe wearing a Dead Inside t-shirt inside out would improve one's disposition. Yeah, so we're living... yes, well, the dead inside is on the inside, right? Okay. Let me eat one of these aubergine pieces. Okay, nice. Okay, then they want me to do the raita. There's a tab. Okay, what do they want me? Oh, I should have taken out the yogurt beforehand. Okay. For some reason, they wanted me to put the yogurt in the freezer, so that's what I did, which was kind of dumb, but here we go. I guess I'm going to turn off the heat on this sauce. There. Because there's a sauce. It's on the side. We don't really want it to get goopy. And the rice. Oh, the rice looks good. It's actually quite nice and yellow. I don't know if you guys can see. Here we are. It looks pretty okay. And nothing has fallen on the floor yet, so I haven't had to add more curry. Okay. Let's find a way to mix the raita. Okay, here I have this. We put... How much of the cucumber do they want me to put in? Okay, I don't know. Let's put in 3/4 of it. I don't think... May as well put all of it, because what am I going to do with it? I'll eat a piece. I like cucumbers. Okay. Salt and lime. Okay, so more lime. Squish of lime. I like lime. I just got I get a kick out of eating lime. Wow. Okay. Salt. Salt. I thought that, oh, maybe it's tzatziki that has olive oil. And raita doesn't. I don't know what frozen, if this is going to be like frozen yogurt inside, but I don't know. Oh, it's really goopy. Goop, goop, goop. I made the opening too small, but that's because I just don't want everything to squirt all over the place. Okay, I definitely put too much of the cucumbers in there for the amount of yogurt that they gave me. Okay. I think I'll just eat some of the cucumbers before I mix it. I was getting hungry by making food. It makes you hungry. Kind of orange is good. Yeah, no, I mean it's kind of brownish, I guess. Gotta go. Bon appetit, Ingrid. Bye. Bye, Lord Gonzo. Interested to hear how it tastes when you put it all together. Just out of curiosity, what's the name of this recipe? It's aubergine tikka masala with ginger rice and cucumber raita. So that's it. Okay, now we've got all the pieces together, or like, I have to do the raita. Where's my spoon? There's my spoon. There's too much cucumber, but who cares? It adds some crunch to it. This is more of like a cucumber salad rather than a raita. But I like it. And then we've got some persilia, whatever it's called in English, I don't know. It's a fresh salad, you could say. All right. Oh wait, so where's the aubergine go? I guess that it goes into the sauce, which you then put on top of the... It says to put the aubergines inside the raita, but like I don't have enough space. So I don't see how that's going to work out. Let's look according to the picture. In the picture, it just looks like the aubergine is put on top of the whole thing entirely and like covered with this sauce. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I don't have big dishes for this. How are we going to do this now? Okay, so I've got this, so I'm going to put it into there. Oof. Okay. Where are my spoons? Okay, this is all of the rice. I mean, look at this. I mean, we've been going for 1 hour and 30 minutes for a recipe that's supposed to be a half hour. But okay, then. You do what you can, but sometimes I'm like a little bit confused as to how long things are supposed to take. Okay, then we put the sauce on top. Wait. There isn't really enough sauce to go around because I didn't use the tomato sauce. But well, we've tried at least. Okay. Now the aubergine. I mean, it really isn't as orange as it shows on the picture, but I'll have to open the tomato can some other day. Okay. Where do we have the thingy-majiggy? Gosh. There was way too much rice and way too little sauce. But it kind of looks okay, actually. The onion pieces are kind of big, but it's working. I'm mixing it all together right now, if you were wondering what I was doing standing here. Okay, more of the aubergines inside here. More aubergines that we mix into the thing here. I think that maybe like the sauce should be mixed more into the thing. Okay, there we go. Then we mix this up and put it on top. They say that you're supposed to put like half of it on top and half of it not. Okay, there we go. Here it is, my creation. I don't know how it tastes though. I think I'm going to move myself back to over there. I think it needs a little bit more lime on top. Maybe some more curry. Oh gosh. There. And salt. Salt. Okay, good. Finally. 1 hour and 40 minutes later. Okay. Label for the ingredient. There's a little thing in the corner there. I don't know if you can see. Blood persilia. Yeah, parsley. It is parsley. I think it is parsley. I haven't looked it up, but just put it all together. It will sort itself out. Yes. In the INFP world, there's a different perception of time. This is supposed to feed 2 people, or it's supposed to feed. Yeah, it's supposed to feed 2 people. What kind of perception of time? Gotta go. Ordered pizza and have to go pick it up. Enjoy. Okay, bye, Dave. Okay. Yes, it was parsley. that was pretty disappointing. It wasn't any exciting. Well, a lot of this aubergine is not going to be used anyway. Okay, well, this was really good. Okay, I told you guys I would talk about book recommendations, but I think I'll leave the kitchens for that. So let's go the other way. Let's move back to me. Yes, hello. Oh, the rotation is locked, so I have to be in this view. Okay, everything has stopped cooking, I think, now. I think that everything is fine. It's dark here, and I think that my hair is finally dry. So we don't need this anymore. Oh, it's kind of half dry, I guess. Okay, so what did I have as book recommendations? I am still reading the book called Educated by Tara Westwater, I think. I only have 100 pages left or something like that, so it's okay. It's about a girl who grows up in a cult in Idaho, and basically it's because I have an interest in Mormon cults, and that goes straight into my interests. So she's into Mormon cults, and so I've been reading that book mostly. I have the book The Waves, but I'm just not reading that at the moment. I went to the library and I looked at what they had there. There's a book that Janelle Monáe wrote, and Janelle Monáe, I really liked her album Dirty Computer and her music video and storyline to go with that. So I think I might read that. It was in the young adult section, but you know, sometimes the young adult section is also good. Let's see, what was going on? Why do you have interest in Mormon cults? That's interesting. I was talking to our friend Schumann on Instagram, and it's kind of like I first was interested in abandoned places. You know, there are these YouTubers that go to an abandoned place like Chernobyl, and they go to like the old city, that Pripyat, that used to be like the closest town to Chernobyl. And there's like everything is left the same way as it was when Chernobyl, well, had the explosion, because everybody had to evacuate. So yeah, I was first interested in that. Then by doing that, I slowly got interested in North Korea and how controlling the world of North Korea was. And it's kind of like I segued into cults, and I segued into polygamous cults, the FLDS cult, and then I got interested in different YouTubers. Amanda Ray, who's in the Kingston clan, you could say is that is called, or the Order as they call themselves, and it's a Mormon fundamentalist polygamist group, and she does really good videos. So I got into her, and I got into there was another person who Fundy Diaries, ex Fundy Diaries, and she was part of the IBLP Quiverful movement, which is also which isn't Mormonism, but it's Christianity in the US, evangelism. And then I got really into all these Mormon channels because all these documentaries have been coming out about these about Mormonism and these Mormon polygamous cults. And now I've got more and more into just cults, like religious cults in general, because I've also gotten into the Jehovah's Witness channel. And there's a channel called Cults to Consciousness, where she interviews people from all sorts of different cults. But in general, it seems to be the Mormonism that I really want to know more about. And Mormonism in itself, the mainstream Mormonism, the Church of Latter-day Saints, is a cult in itself. It's one of the biggest cults there is. Tons of members of the LDS Church. So that's why I'm interested in that. It's because I got from abandoned places to North Korea to I just have, I guess that I'm interested in these tales of resistance. I've always been interested in that. When I was learning about World War II, I was always interested in like, oh, what did the resistance do? And when I was reading Harry Potter, when I was like 15 or something like that, I was really into the last book, what the Hogwarts students were doing during the Battle of Hogwarts. I wanted to know, like, how do they resist this regime that was oppressive to them? So I think that in the end, it's actually a pretty INFP obsession, you know, to learn about people who have been oppressed and how they got over and how they were strong in spite of it. I think that that's what's really interesting. There's a French-Canadian documentary called HS, I think. I hope I'm not wrong. It's more about abandoned villages in Terre-Neuve region. Oh, that's cool. I like these abandoned places. Like the one in Chernobyl, they have all of the Soviet like textbooks still in the school, you know? And that's pretty crazy, you know, to think about. And they still have like a Ferris wheel that they had in this town. I don't know if it still works, but it's just the fact that it's still there and there are no people. Really, really weird, you know? And I was talking to Schumann about this place in Australia that like dug up asbestos, and there was a documentary on German TV that I actually saw because they have this TV channel that has German and French documentaries, and it's called Wittenum. And because of the asbestos, once they found out that asbestos was really dangerous for your lungs and everything, people started leaving, and in the end there were only like 3 people left, and now there are no people left in Wittenum. So I find that pretty interesting. Like, why do these people stay? What are they doing there, you know? 2 seconds, I'm going to just check that everything is okay in my kitchen. Okay, I also took a bite of the tikka masala. It's good. The aubergine is still like not 100% cooked, so it's a little bit chewy, but I found that it wasn't that spicy or too mild. So go me. Go me for actually making a dish. Mm, I'm using the aubergine to like scoop up the rest of the yogurt. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Yes, it's Arte. Exactly. I love Arte. It has the best documentaries. It's pretty nerdy to like Arte, but you know, INFPs and INTPs are nerdy because Schumann is an INTP. So it has also a lot of like old movies, and it doesn't have ads. So I like Arte. Wait, I missed a lot of stuff here. I was born in Utah. Oh, kids. Interesting. Now I'm going to be asking tons of stuff. My family heritage goes back to the founding of the Mormon Church. My father was the black sheep of the family and was actually anti-Mormon. Yes, cults are very interesting. How does it taste and what do you drink with it? Beau travail, chef. Thank you. No, it tastes good. I mean, I'm not going to be drinking anything with it. I'm just going to be drinking water, I guess. I'm planning to just put it into my fridge and eat it tomorrow. But I'll be eating the rest of the aubergine today. And I don't know if I'm going to have to buy a can opener tomorrow. So I need to buy eggs as well. I forgot to buy eggs when I was at the grocery store today, which is for my next recipe. Yeah, okay. Well, Utah, I'm basically like looking at all of these cult channels, and well, Amanda Ray and the Kingston Clown are in Utah, and Cult of Consciousness was Mormon, and she got out of it, and she's from Utah. And it seems like Utah is like the place where Mormons live. So good for your dad that he left the Mormon faith, because it's not easy. It seems like there's a lot of backlash when you leave a religion where everybody else in your family is religious. So yeah, I'm glad that he left. But I mean, I don't know how many people live in Utah, but it can't be that many people. So a large percentage of those people must be polygamist, because Mormons aren't polygamous, but the Mormon sects that branch off from it are often polygamist, and they grow at a fast rate because they have like 10 children for each wife, basically. So that's how they grow. But I don't know why I developed such an obsession with them. It's just I think that it's because I like Amanda Ray, and she's awesome. Is there a big difference between Mormon and Amish? Yes, there is. I mean, Amish are often anti-technology, you know. They're often more traditional and like that they're more like peasant state. But I think that because they're both cults based in Christianity, a lot of it is believing in God and that kind of thing, and dedicating your whole life and your lifestyle to God. So there are similarities, but the Mormon Church, they have the Book of Mormon, which they have to read. Yeah, the polygamous sects are mostly in Arizona. Yes, there are a lot of states, and I get mixed up. But the channels that I look at are mostly Utah, because it was FLDS, which is Warren Jeff's cult. And the Kingston clan, which is in Utah. But there are people, members of these religions in other states as well. So Arizona is one of them, and Idaho is another. And Warren Jeffs, the FLDS, he brought people to Texas. So it's like not confined to one state. Amish is about the technology, so they still, there are different types of Amish too, but often they still go around in a horse and buggy and they don't use cars. The Mormon religion is a lot more about proselytizing, or spreading the word and going on missions. So that's why you get more in contact with them in Europe, because I've seen a lot of Mormon missionaries that came to France, and my mom would talk to them because she knew what they were. I didn't know what a Mormon was, and I think a lot of French people didn't know really what a Mormon person was. They would always be dressed in like a suit and a tie and be in pairs, You're interested about my opinion on religion. Well, obviously an opinion about religion is going to be controversial to some people. I am not religious. I don't believe in God, but I would say that I'm probably agnostic, in that I can't prove that God doesn't exist. But my whole family, we did not believe in God. On my mom's side, my family from that side is Jewish. Yeah, in France you met Jehovah's Witness, but not Mormon. There are more Jehovah's Witness spread across the world, I would say. Because it's less of the whole thing about Jehovah's Witness is doing the door to door. That's their whole thing. So spreading their message is the number one goal of Jehovah's Witness. Well, Mormonism, that is a part of it, is serving on a mission for 1 or 2 years and then returning back home. But Jehovah's Witness, their whole thing is to go and spread the message. So they're really international. While Mormonism is based in the US, you could say. What is my opinion on religion? I think that it's good if people believe things that make them happy and that makes them feel like they have some meaning in the world. At the same time, a lot of people have used religion for terrible purposes, and so I'm not really for that at all. Cults are controlling your behavior and controlling all sorts of things about you, about your life, and a lot of very strong believers are controlled by religion and everything that they do in their life, and that's where I think that things start getting shaky into what is abuse and what isn't. What is regular just belief, and what is overzealous behavior where you can't talk to other people. My ISFJ best friend is a Catholic and very religious, but and sometimes the things that he says kind of rub me the wrong way. I don't like when people say that they'll pray for me. I'm glad that you do that you're thinking of me, but at the same time, it's that's not helping. It maybe it's the only thing that you can do, and it's okay, but I don't really love that. I don't like it either when people say that that you'll go to hell if you commit suicide. We were talking about suicide earlier on. I don't agree with that, because these poor people are suffering, and so making them go to hell is basically the concept of heaven and hell is not my thing either. Do I believe that we have a soul? I don't know, maybe. Maybe we have a soul. Maybe something happens to us after we're dead, but there's no way to confirm that, so I'm just letting it be a question and not answered by any sort of belief. What else is there that religion? What I don't like about religion either is, or the Christian faith at least, is how can you believe that there is a God that wants you to contract cancer, for example, when like he could have prevented it? You know, I have a hard time reconciling the fact that there are these terrible diseases around that affect children and the fact that God is trying to send you a lesson or that kind of thing. That's, you know, thinking that either you're being punished by God or that God sent you this disease so that you could recover from it, which like makes no sense in my brain. Also, a lot of the Bible that makes no sense, like Noah's Ark, like how, you know, it's meant to be taken metaphorically, you know. The concept of heaven and hell is very difficult to sort out. Yes, well, Jewish people don't believe in heaven and hell, so it wasn't part of the Old Testament. I'm a believer, but I'd like to hear from other people. Misuse is very upsetting. Yes, yes. So that is what I think about religion. I think that it's great when it inspires people to do good in the world, but sometimes it isn't. I use terms of heaven and hell in somewhat psychological context. Celestium, I don't understand your point. How would you mean? We're going to be going on for a few more minutes because it's soon going to have gone 2 hours. But let's see. Where are we? Like for me, heaven represents an idea, an ideal of how things could be, and hell is like an undeveloped state of things. Wait. That have not progressed towards that ideal. You mean in our real life? Like in our real life, in our lived life? That certain things can be described as heaven and certain things can be described as hell? I mean, yes. I say that things are hell all the time. I mean, heaven is an ideal and hell is things that are terrible, you know? But what's an interesting concept? An undeveloped state of things that have not progressed towards that ideal. But like for me, this reality is an undeveloped state of things that haven't progressed towards the ideal. So by that definition, I would consider reality as hell. But maybe that's just my pessimistic view on the thing. Maybe you think that there is heaven on earth. I don't know. It can be hard to explain, but yeah, we can feel like to be in hell ourselves, like in real life, and the heaven is something that our inner selves, mind or hearts yearn for, ideal of sorts. Yeah, I agree to that. That's true. I mean, we aren't called idealists for nothing. For a reason to believe in hell, I can't imagine all the bad people who hurt people just going away with any judgment or punishment, but that's my view. Yes. At the same time, you'd have to imagine also like the heaven for certain people would be hell for others. And, you know, Imagine if you were in heaven and one of the people you loved ended up in hell. And then you're just going to never see that person ever again. So that's not heaven for you anymore. You know? The fact that heaven and hell separates us is what like doesn't make sense. Because it's like if dogs go to heaven, would squirrels would have to go, maybe, like the squirrels hell would be the dog's heaven, where like they can't coexist. um so that's why it just doesn't work out, you know unless heaven and hell like changes your personality entirely and you forget about what your whole life was like. But then would it really be heaven or hell if you're like completely just a zombie? No. Then like I'd rather believe in like the ancient Greeks concept of afterlife, where it's like we're just in a limbo kind of. Heaven and hell are like states. Wait. Heaven and hell are like states in our life that we switch between, not something that we go after life. Yeah. It is interesting. The lack or distance of that ideal within ourselves creates hell-like emotions and state in us. Sometimes when we feel good for no reason, we might be internally close to the ideal. Yeah, that's different. I mean, I would use other concepts than heaven and hell to describe these sorts of things. But if that's what heaven and hell are for you, then yes, these things do exist. For me, people who really love each other end up together. Yeah, but what if you were really in love and loved a family member, and then you died when you were young? Then you have to wait for your other family members to come up and visit you, and then it ends up like they do terrible things after you've died, and they kill people, and they get really bitter and they torture people, and then they end up in hell, and then you never see that person ever again. Are you going to be so righteous that you're never going to want to see that person again? Not really. So that's where I'm like, still on the fence about that concept, Okay. Now I have some cookies here. Maybe I deserve a little reward after all the toil I've done today. Well, if they really love you, they won't hurt people. Yeah, but would you know that in heaven? That's something that my Catholic ISFJ friend can't really reconcile either. So I don't think that like hell is in the Bible, actually. I haven't read the Bible, but from the cults, all those people that I watched like an hour a day for like a year, it doesn't seem like hell was ever a concept. I mean, God punished people in the Bible. He brought the great flood and all that, but he doesn't seem like a very nice God. That's what I'm saying from my point of view. And yes, I respect your point of view, Sig Purpose Man. I understand that like it's nice to believe that the only thing is that you're being judged by God and not by your loved one. maybe your loved one sees that, like, of course you're going to go to heaven, you know, but it's like, not really. The idea of afterlife is a bit mystery to me, but I do believe that you get part of your loved ones within you, even after they're gone, like a memory or something that lives in us. That's nice. It is really comforting to think that it did help my eyes of Jay Friend when his dad died. Because his dad died early. At the same time, my mom's dad died when she was young, and she decided to not believe in religion at all. So it's interesting how people's beliefs develop, you know. Some people become more religious when something like that happens, and some people become less religious. Yeah, I'm eating cookies. Okay. Well, now, oh, I got into too deep a topic now. Like, I'm trying to end this live, but everything is so interesting. Okay, wait, where were we? After I'm gone, I believe that those who had met me have some kind of effect of me that affects their feelings and thoughts, even the slightest bit. So it's like a living honor those that are gone. Yeah, it is. It is nice to think that you have affected people, but I think that you have, just by being there and being a memory. I was thinking of a Coco, and in that movie, the Mexican view of like the afterlife is that one day a year the spirits come back, but that they can't come back if once nobody remembers your name anymore. You know, once there's nobody alive who remembers you anymore, then it's like then you're gone, basically. But yeah, it's really interesting. But so yeah, don't be sorry. It was an interesting topic, and I wanted to jump on it. But I have this thing every time where like my lives get longer and longer each time that I do a live, and my last live was 2 hours, and like it was almost 3 hours long, and I don't want that to repeat again. So let's end it here. Yeah, I love your deep comments. It's and the deep topics. Maybe we can maybe I can do a separate video on that topic. There are other videos where I talk about similar things, but not exactly this. What's going on in the chat? I also believe that people move on from this world in life. They also take a part of us with them, and like a memory of them too, like an exchange of memories or pieces of heart. Oh, that's sweet. Great topic. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this matter, everyone. Yes, exactly. I meant when they die, if they move on to go wherever they go. Yes. Yes. It's a comforting thought. Reassuring thought. Yeah. Okay. Did anyone want to share a book recommendation or a poem that they like or something like that? Because that's how I usually end these lives, as people go through books that they recommend. And then I put them in my Goodreads, and then I proceed to not read them. But sometimes I read them. So I've read the book that Valno Pizza recommended, No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. And I now have The Waves, which I think that was Supercat who recommended, but it was also somebody else who recommended. And I'm thinking of like other books that I mean, I took out Sense and Sensibility, but I never actually read it, so there's that. But I do welcome all of these recommendations because it makes me happy. Okay. I'm going to let you guys think a little bit and just reply. During that time, I'm going to just put the food into the refrigerator because I've been just leaving it on the counter. And it's coming back. Okay, I'm back. Oh me, our life. Oh me, oh life. How's that book you had read earlier that felt really meaningful or opening? Well, I read what was that book? What You Are Looking For Is in the Library by Aoyama. A really, really good book. It's simple, it's sweet. It's maybe a little bit too simple, but it is nice because it talks about different people and different stages of life and how they get help from a librarian and they get inspired to change their life. So I would recommend that book. I also recommend all of the Kazuo Ishiguro's books because they are really deep and eye-opening. So yeah, all of them. I like Claire and the Sun. I like Never Let Me Go. I like The Remains of the Day. Basically all of the books I have read from him at the moment. So yeah, I would say that. And Camus' The Stranger. It was eye-opening to me. Oh Me, Oh Life by Walt Whitman. Okay, I'll check that out. Any other recommendations? Otherwise, I will end the chat. So we can start by saying bye. It's so nice to see you be so nice to each other and so respectful of each other in the comments. Really makes me happy. Thanks for the chat and making dinner. No problem. I'm glad I could make the dinner with you guys so that I actually did it instead of just leaving it to the side. Okay, guys, I'm going to see if I've missed something in the chat. No. Okay. Well, then I will say bye for now. Have a great day, night, or evening, or whatever it is over there. And I'll see you again soon. Bye. L'homme qui plantait des arbres by Juno. I'll check that one out. Somebody else is really quick before I turn this chat off. Good night and bye, everyone. Salesium. Right. Okay, bye, everyone.